I'm Amber,
And I'm Paul.
and you're hearing Salem I'm Hit.
Um, well, actually, I wanted to sort of bring it up. Have you been watching anything cool on Netflix lately?
I haven't
Well,
I haven't really been watching anything on Netflix. I think I've just been watching a crap ton of YouTube, but I have been watching The Good Place. That's the only. Actually, since the last time we talked, I think I had not watched either Killjoys or Dark Matter,
hmm.
and I'm now very upset that Dark Matter got canceled.
Oh, oh, that sounds sad.
Yeah, it was just getting good too. It was like alien ships coming to take over the universe, and they cut the motherfucker off because it was more expensive to produce than Killjoys. The,
Dang.
I mean, the shows were running in similar circles, and I see why Sci-Fi was like, "Fuck this one." The same thing happened with Farscape and Stargate. Stargate was in house. Stargate was cheaper to make. Similar circles, so they killed Farscape, even though they had renewed for 2 seasons, and it was like, fuck it, it cost too much.
Hmm.
And they ended up hiring the people from Farscape, of course, to Stargate, if you're that nerdy. But
That's cool. Now that you mentioned sci-fi, have you watched a show called The Magicians?
I watched some of season 1 of The Magicians. I didn't really know when it came on, so I just caught him when I caught him. I liked it.
That's on Netflix.
Okay. I'll have to go back and make the story make sense because I just caught pieces. But it was neat.
Yeah, it was. I binged it, and yeah, I can't wait for season three is now on Sci-Fi, but I don't know how long it's going to take for them to translate that to Netflix.
Yeah. No, like I saw some of the promos for it, and some of the people in the promos are like sci-fi regulars. Like the dude who looks like he's got ears. He was one of the regents in Warehouse 13, and he was in a couple other things, just kind of off and on.
Look, when I first was watching The Magicians and I saw that Sci-Fi logo, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna suck." But holy crap, they pushed the envelope in ways that I didn't think they were allowed to. Like, yeah, they have like almost sex scenes. I've heard some words I didn't think they were allowed to say on TV. I was like, "This must
Oh
be
yeah,
something."
the FCC is not as restrictive as the networks are to themselves, because there's a lot of stuff that people can do. Like, have you seen Happy? That's what I've watched. Happy. That's also a sci-fi show.
Hmm. I
You
guess
would really
Sci-Fi doesn't
enjoy
care.
Happy. You would really enjoy Happy. It's about
Okay.
this dude who's a completely corrupt cop that ends up not being a cop anymore. He ends up being a hitman for hire, and he's drugs, alcohol, all the ends up leaving his wife, or his wife left him. Probably his wife left him because he was a douche, because he was cheating on his wife with his partner.
Damn.
He wakes up after a heart attack after one of his hits, and he sees a little blue unicorn thing who calls himself Happy, that says he's the imaginary friend
Oh God. Yeah. There it is.
of the character's daughter that he didn't know he had.
Whoa.
And it's Chris Maloney. It's awesome.
Oh, okay. All right. I have to watch this. I wonder if that's on Netflix. How many seasons is it now?
No, I just started. It's only in the first season, so it's not on Netflix yet. It's
Ah,
up to
okay.
like episode 6 or 7.
I don't have normal TV anymore, so yeah.
But it's awesome. It's just you kind of feel like you need to be on something to watch it sometimes. And it's like the guy who wrote it's based on a graphic novel, of course, a 4-part graphic novel. And the guys who did the graphic novel were like, let's make this as ridiculous as possible. And they do a really good job of translating that to the show.
Nice.
Because I'll be watching the show, sober, and go, wait a minute, did somebody slap some acid on me just now? It's
And
completely ridiculous.
ah, talking about a completely ridiculous and a really messed up show. I wasn't prepared for this, but some of our beloved coworkers told me about a show that is on Netflix called Devilman Crybaby.
Oh,
I was
I've
not
I
ready for
heard
that
some
show.
things about that. I was gonna watch it, but then I didn't think I was ready either.
Look, now for anyone that cares, I'm 32 years old, and by the end of that series, I felt like I was like a fourth of that, like a little kid watching his first R X-rated movie. I was like, I was not prepared. From what I've researched on my own, it's basically a remake of the old '70s manga of Devilman, and even back all those years ago, it was pretty dark and bleak. And when I say dark and bleak, I'm not even talking about edgy. I'm talking about like, man, I just wasn't ready.
Well, the thing that sucks about it, I've kind of been spoiled on it a little bit, so I know I'm still gonna be like, whoa, but just from being on the internet all day, I have been spoiled a little bit about it.
Yeah, I read one article that was talking about some of the more uh, scenes that you shouldn't be watching this show with your parents or anything anyway.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting take on how, yeah, it's just about as debauched and dirty as it is, but it does make you think a little further than normal. Without saying too much, there's a scene where you basically see somebody, and well, for most anime fans, oh, it's fan service, but then you see other characters viewing that character that way, and you're like, oh, ew, they're peeping. Oh wait, ew, they're peeping. Oh, I'm peeping. Oh, and it just makes you feel a little like, wait a minute. So then it's like, wait, they do little things where they kind of hit you back a little bit, like, oh. They said that the people who made this series wanted to kind of hit that part of it because they felt that the original, all those years back, is kind of responsible for what anime tries to do all the time now with all the fan service and all the, oh, you know what? I don't know if our show's good enough. Random sex scene or
Mm-hmm.
random boobs.
And a
And
nosebleed to try to write it off.
uh, but I tell you, when the series goes hard, it goes hard. Like holy crap! Like it's badass, but its ultimate message, I feel like a lot of people should watch it just to get that overall message.
Oh, I got a crap ton of backlog for anime because I took a long, I'm still on my anime break. I haven't really watched anything anime in a while. I mean, the only thing I've watched was the Castlevania stuff,
Oh yeah.
and I kind of fell asleep.
Oh.
My big introduction back into anime, I was too tired to watch it, and I fell asleep. So I only saw the first bit of I only saw the first episode before I passed out.
Yep. Season 2, 8 episodes this summer.
Okay. I mean, I look for. I enjoyed it. I was just too damn tired when I tried to watch it.
Yeah, you should definitely try to pick that back up. If not now, I mean, like in May or something before
Yeah.
the episodes. I'm sure a lot of people know about it. I'm just gonna say it anyway because it's big enough. I should say it. Uh, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Super, and that's gonna end, I think, in March something or hiatus or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's just Dragon Ball burned me so hard dragging its feet that I never went back to it. Even the the abridged stuff and all the Kai and Kai and I didn't. Made me wait so damn much. I said fuck it, and that
Yeah,
partially contributed to my anime hiatus.
I don't know. It depends. I was like what 12 or something when Dragon Ball Z started being a thing, and I was just so hyped about the fact that it's just all these people throwing beams and uppercuts, and I was like, damn, that's amazing. And even if they've spent 20 minutes of the episode just bull crap talking and whatnot, I still had to know what happened next. Like me and my stepfather, we were so on it that what was it? Back when the international channel was a thing, they had Dragon Ball Z. They had like the Majin Buu series before we even knew who Majin Buu or even Cell was.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting there listening to them talk because there's no subtitles. So we just heard random Japanese and some pink bubblegum thing was just wrecking the universe, and we're like, what is that thing? What
Yeah.
is going on here? But we just had to know.
Because before just stopping watching everything, I really was just watching movies, and I stopped series anime before I stopped movies because I did get quite a few movies in before I got tired.
Yeah,
So like Super, and I just didn't want to be burned again by Dragon Ball.
I, I don't know if I call it burning it. I mean, I will admit that even with Super, there are some episodes you shouldn't watch, or some episodes that are not contributing to the main story. But when you get a cool episode, for me, it's like, oh man, all the bullcrap was worth it, kind of.
Hmm.
What was it? But see, my biggest problem with anime is the same problem I'm having with games. There are so many good games that I keep passing up on because by the time I feel like I want to enjoy those old games or those old animes, something new comes out, and that just gets lost to the annals of time for me.
Yeah.
I have a very diverse taste in anime, but at the same time, I like things that most people don't, so it's kind of hard for me to find a show, but it's also hard for me to kind of remember some shows too.
Yeah, I gotta watch Your Name.
Huh?
I still need to watch Your Name.
Your name?
Yeah, that's one I had sitting in the back burner where two people, different economic backgrounds. It's a dude and a chick. They end up trading bodies.
Oh,
It was really well received, but I just didn't get around to watching it yet. I think it's a movie, if I recall correctly.
there was an old series I watched a long time ago. Uh, it had something like that too, where it was like this space girl, and she like destroyed some innocent dude. She didn't try to. She was trying to shoot a bad guy, and this guy got hit with it. Uh, Birdie the Mighty. There we go. She's like a space bounty hunter,
Hmm.
but to basically make up for the fact that she destroyed some dude by accident, she lets the guy share her body. And from what I remember, it's like they can like transform into each other. I know it sounds kind of weird, but
This anime, it's fine.
yeah, that basically it's anime. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just they just switch randomly and they just adjust according in Your Name.
Oh, oh, it's random when they switch. Ooh,
Yeah.
what was in Birdie the Mighty? She primarily had control. For the most part, she let dude live her own life. But whenever there's like some alien threat, it's like, all right, I need this. Can I just not? Can I not change right now? I'm like in front of the girl I have a crush on. Sorry, nope. Did he just transform into a girl? You know, and it's hilarity ensues basically.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of transforming bodies, did you see all this stuff about altered carbon?
I see it splashed across Netflix. I thought it was out already. It kind of took me off that it wasn't, cause what is it? When sometimes when I take a long commute, I like to download things to my Netflix and then watch it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see what it is. Like what is it about again?
Well, altered carbon is based on I think a book. Yeah, yeah, science fiction novel by Richard K. Morgan. It is about this Asian dude that was a soldier, I think, He gets his consciousness transferred 150. Sorry, I think it's 150, but whatever. Some years in the future to this. Uh, well, actually, random bodies. It's more than just one. But it seems like the show's going to focus on the first one for a while. Um, where he's got to track down and find out somebody's killer. With the book, the focus was more on the person inside the body. And I feel like they're losing a lot, even though it's technically is canon. They're getting a backlash for the whitewashing because you can't really focus on the inner character with a TV budget the way that should be done to match the book.
You know, that's one thing I want to say for just a second is that I'm not understanding all these people that they want to make these anime movies, but yeah, they keep using white actors. Like what was it, Battle Angel Alita, where it's this girl, but they gave her like super white eyes, which made me go, yeah, that I'm gonna watch it for free eventually if I care to. But I'm all like, man, you know, so many of these people are Asian. You telling me you can't find enough Asian actors to portray this right? You know, or to give it a shot? I will grant that a lot of the reasonings is because, well, if you look at the manga or anime, that obviously looks like a white girl. And I'm like, well, okay, but I mean, can't we just use an Asian person once in a while? Can that not be a thing? I mean, come on. Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, I feel bad with all the Asian adaptations that don't actually have Asians in them. And I'm not even Asian. I mean, I don't even know the pissed off you got to be feeling every time this happens.
You know, I,
But technically, Altered Carbon is canon because part of the struggle in the book is that he's slapped into some white dude. But then
well,
you're
see,
also running into this coming right after Ghost in the Shell, where where the major is slapped into some white girl.
yeah. I mean, I'm forcing myself to be okay with it if it's actually written in the story. I guess
Yeah,
there's really no excuse for the Battle Angel Alita thing. But then again, they're probably gonna be like, well, who says she's not based on a white girl or something? It's like, okay,
yeah.
but you know,
It just feels like they're picking these adaptations lately because they can go, well, it is canon. They can be in anybody to
right?
justify the non-Asianness of it all.
Oh, check this out. So I found this funny comic, one little panel, funny comic, and it was news to me. It was sad that it was news to me, and it's also sad that it was news in the first place. But in this comic strip, it's someone's looking at a Black Panther poster, and it's some stuck-up kid with a My Little Pony shirt on, going, "How can I, as a white guy, identify with Black Panther?" And some guy in the back was all like, "You can identify yourself with a rainbow hair colored pony, or you can identify with a black person." But going back to TV series, have you ever tried to watch that Netflix series Dark?
It's just called Dark. What's it about?
You know, I think it's very, very similar to Stranger Things.
Didn't know.
Yeah. What was it? It's originally German in origin, so uh, because once again I was commuting and I wanted to listen to it, I had the English voices on, and apparently those are horrible. But what was it? I don't know. One thing that happened that was interesting is that some kid gets lost in the present, which I think back in that show's time is the 2014 or 2015, and he got transported to 1986, and he's trying to find his dad, but at the time his dad's just a teenager. But they kind of cut that storyline short because now I think he's going back to his regular time. But the first one or two episodes, it sounds just like Stranger Things.
Mm.
So I'm like,
I don't
like,
have a big enough 80s boner to be watching this shit. Thank you for listening to Salem I'm Hit. You can find us at salemimhit.com on your lovely podcasting platforms like Stitcher, iTunes, blah, 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 blah.